guest to give me a question for my next guest.
Okay.
So your question is from Mark Airgang, who was an amazing guest. And his question, and it's so perfect for you. What is one thing you've always wanted to do that you have not done yet or are afraid to do? What's still on this bucket list for you?
Yeah. Well, I mentioned one of them, but I'm going to land on a different one. Doing the El Camino is really my wife and I.
Okay.
Not only do we want to do it, but we want to own a hostel on the El Camino and just host people. I just want to host sojourners.
I have been talking about that since I left.
What I'm going to go, I'm about to accomplish one of my biggest goals.
Oh,
I had mentioned or a little bit earlier alluded to the fact in November, I'm going to do something called the Great World Race, which is running 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. But that was not the goal. I hope I can do that. But simply getting to Antarctica and the first marathon is running a marathon on Antarctica. It
wow.
scares the bejeebas out of me, but I cannot wait to do it.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Okay.
What question do you have for our next guest?
But it's going to be a little bit loaded. Tell your guest I'm sorry.
No, load
What
it.
was the last thing that moved you that you didn't do anything about? And if you could, what would you do now?
I love that. What is the last thing that moved you that you didn't do anything? And if you could, what would you do now?
Yeah.
I love that's a good one. Okay. Good.
Excellent.
All right. So we talked about so many good things here. What are 3 things our listeners could go and take action on after this conversation? I've got a good idea. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So my first one we didn't say, but I would start with this. Anything that you've heard, be inspired, but don't cut and paste. It's too easy to hear somebody else's story and think, well, I got to run a marathon, or I got to do the El Camino, or I got to hike a mountain. That's not the point of our conversation. The
Right.
conversation is to awaken something inside of you. So be inspired, but don't cut and paste would be my first thing.
I love that.
The second thing that I would say is then look inside yourself. What does inspire you and what step can you take?
Right.
So what's important to you? What is this conversation telling you about yourself and what can you do? And if they need a cheat to it, I would say that's closest to you. Because again, sometimes we can get overwhelmed. We want to solve global problems when there are things right in front of you. There are people in your workspace, in your neighborhood, in your family that you can practice caring for or doing good to.
Senior home in the area, school lunches, animal clinic, the food pantry. There's so many things in your local area that you could,
I mean, when my wife and I started the foster care journey, she had to talk me into it. This is how she did it. Hey, would you just take the introductory class? We didn't have the conversation if we're going to be foster parents. She's just said, let's go to this class. So just what's kind of moving you and what's one step you can take.
Yeah, I love that. And that's what I wrote down here. What is the last thing that moved you?
Yeah.
I love that. Just thinking, if you're listening out there right now, just what is the last thing that moved you? And then what's the one next step you could take? Watch a YouTube video, follow a page. What's that one next step? I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.